Yeah. So I wanted to kind of give a little more information on using Bibisco to write. So I want to talk a little bit about character building, and I want to talk about some of the other features that come with Bibisco a little more in depth. So really quickly, open a project in Bibisco, and right now I'm working on Hustlers Wives. Um, so I'm going to open that project. Y'all going to see a little more in depth of what's going on with that particular project. So I've got it open. And the reason I have the numbers there is so I can keep in order, what stories I'm working on. But normally just your title will appear there. So let's get into the story. This is going to be a quick video. So I'm getting into my chapters. I think this was chapter 5 that I was working on. Let's see if this is it. Okay, yeah, this is it. So the first feature that I want to talk about is this pop-out feature here, where you can view characters, location, architecture of the novel, and chapters that you've already written. So I was writing this, and I said, oh my goodness, I need to remember what this character's name is. And I haven't added this character into my story yet because I just came up with his name like literally yesterday, I think. Or actually it's been a couple days. And so I was like, I don't remember what its name is. And when I clicked on the pop out, I said, man, I haven't made a character for his name. I haven't made a character for him yet. So what am I going to do? I've written about him before. So in this situation, I'd have to go back to my chapters and find. Now I know that his name came up in her scene, and I know how my book's written, so I know where to find it. And so I just go back to her, and let's see here. All right, it's not there. Okay, so I've kind of given myself some pointers as to where I am in the story. And let's see here. There his name is, Sean Freeman. That's it. So this is how I found using this pop out. This is how I found what his name was, because I wrote it and I said I'll go back later and add him into my secondary characters, and I haven't done it yet, and I've started writing again already, but I didn't remember what his name was, and I'm actually in a new chapter now. So the easiest way to find it, I mean, you can actually close out your writing and go back into the book here. Go back to your list of chapters, find the chapter that you think that you found him in, and then go through each one. Yeah, you could do that. But once you find it, then you'd have to go back out, go back to your chapters, and then go back to where you were writing to add the character in. But instead of that, I can just pop this little baby out right here. I can look at my premise. I can look at my fabula that I've created. I can look at narrative strands in case I don't remember something about the particular narrative strand of this character. So this is a really helpful tool, pop out here. If there's a specific location I can't remember the name of, or I can't remember something about one of the locations that I've made up, and I haven't done any of this stuff here just yet. I haven't even really built my characters yet, except for maybe one. Yeah, I think I've done this character so far, and so this is the character that probably has the most personality in the book. I kind of work a little funny, so I do mine a little different. I also want to make sure that I go in and make sure that I mark this, and I know that this one and my new character is going to be in here as well, so I need to add him. Now that's the only thing, I can't add new characters from here, unfortunately. But if I wanted to remember something about this person's conflict or their psychology, are they easygoing? Are they charming? Is this going to match up with what I'm writing? I can find all of that here. I can go to any one of my chapters in the book, and I haven't written anything in this one yet, so there aren't any scenes. But this just really gives you an easy way to get things done. So location, I don't have any locations made up. I'm not using times, so we can actually hash out the time at the end. My narrative strand is going to be here. And then I can actually hit save, exit out of that. When I go back in here, all my information is there. And I've actually already written what it was. That's another thing. Revisions. Later on when I do my editing, usually I'm at revision 1. Okay, when I do my editing, if I decide that I want to change up the story a little bit, I'll go ahead and add a new revision. Okay, I can create a new revision and keep the current information, or I can delete it completely. Most writers, I don't know any writers that would actually delete it completely without having another revision already made. So we're going to keep this version and start with this version as the new revision. And then I can go in and make my changes, whatever I want. And now I have a new version, but I still have the old version. Okay. So I love that about this particular program. It's very simple to use. And I can look at this revision. I don't particularly care for this. This was just for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that current revision. And now I'm back to 2. So this part is truly awesome. I usually do this in my story anyway, so let's go ahead and make sure that everything is set up there. She's always bold. I'm going to say okay for now, even though this is not done. No, I'm going to say leave that there. My analysis. I know what I want my book to be, so I use this a lot. I want at least 4,500 characters for each chapter, and there's going to be 16 chapters. Now this is actually an older version. I have I'm actually around this area here, and I had 30 days to complete this, but I just wanted to show you guys the old version and exactly how I got my writing going. So 4,500 words is like around my minimum for each chapter, and 16 chapters is going to be about, what is that, 70,000 words, somewhere around in there. A little more, a little less, but that's my goal for this particular book. It is urban fiction, so those books generally don't tend to be, 100,000 words or more. So yeah, that's it for that. I can look at my character distribution. I haven't really filled all that out. I actually did this for myself because I wanted a picture of the book cover in with the rest of my images. So that's the reason I did that, and I can actually go into, let's see here. Let's look at this. If I need to see my images. Characters. This is why I did that. I wanted to be able to see the image of the book cover so I can remember the faces of my characters. So I just added that in there. That's something that, you know, you just learn to do on your own. It's not really the place for it. And in your analysis, you'll see the book cover, but you don't have to pay attention to that part, obviously. So that's just a couple of things that I wanted to show you with Bibisco. As far as building your characters, this is the only one that I've really built up. I am going through today. This is what I'm doing today, and this is why I decided to make this video. I'm actually going to go in and make sure that my characters are built up because I have a sense of who they are now. And so I just want to make sure that everything flows together. And a lot of you might say that this is backwards, for you especially. But for me, I do believe that I like to really develop in my mind who the character is as I'm writing first, and then go back later and put the finishing touches on them. That way when I do my editing, I can say, you know what, this is not consistent with this person. Let me go ahead and fix it. So that's just me, and that has nothing to do with Bibisco. Just a little something for you. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great rest of your day.